Hello, my cute white lilies. Hope you're doing well. I'm here to start the new episode of Twin Roses, a Mad Eagle's Obsession. So, without any delay, let's start today's episode. After listening to Sharanya's words, Niskarsh was now angry, and seeing the anger in Niskarsh's eyes, Sharanya was convinced that this guy was never going to change. Now she was afraid that he might take out his anger on her again in the morning itself, and she didn't want it at all. She could not afford to waste such a lovely morning because of Niskarsh's anger. Otherwise, her mood was going to be bad for the whole day. Till now, she could not understand that how did she reach on the bed. And if Niskarsh had brought her to the bed himself, why not accepting it? No, this Lucifer wouldn't have brought her to the bed at all. This is impossible. Fear was clearly visible on Sharanya's face, although she did not want to show this fear in front of Niskarsh at all, because here he was wrong. No one can touch her without her consent, not even her own husband. She had this right. Niskarsh immediately sensed the fear on Sharanya's face. He was getting angry at her again. Just a while ago, he had decided that he would not get angry on Sharanya, will give her space and try to control his anger. But don't know at this time why his heart and mind were out of his control. When Sharanya said that both of them are not a real couple, he got angry. Eventually, he married Sharanya. If he was ready to respect this relationship, then why did Sharanya say such a thing? But has he told Sharanya about his decision yet? No. Till today, Sharanya was only seeing his uprooted tone. Then how can she suddenly accept the soft tone of Niskarsh? Sharanya was also not wrong in her place. How can protecting herself be wrong? Thinking all this, Niskarsh took a deep breath. Sharanya was still staring at him. Niskarsh, Your Highness, do you intend to just sleep in my arms all day? Sharanya is once again shocked to see the sudden change in Niskarsh's tone. She could not understand what she said. She stammered. Huh? Niskarsh said in a slightly pained voice. My hand, you fool. Will you get up or not? I have a lot of pain in my hand. Now Sharanya understood what Niskarsh was saying. She immediately got up from his side and said, I'm sorry. As soon as Sharanya got up, Niskarsh's lips screamed. Sharanya said nervously, Are you okay? Is it more painful? I'm really sorry. I didn't even know when I'm so sorry. He felt good seeing the guilt on Sharanya's face, but Niskarsh Bedi was expert in hiding his emotions. He fell back asleep and said, It's okay, you can go. And next time try not to reach my bed. Otherwise, be ready for punishment. Sharanya immediately got up from the bed and ran to the washroom. And Niskarsh, now he had slept again. It took some time for Sharanya to control her heartbeat. Finally, she had came out of this devil's prison. Here in Shailesh ji's room, Anamika was red with anger. She spoke angrily to Shailesh ji. What is all happening, Shailesh? Has Niskarsh really come back to claim his shares? But why? We were giving such a good life to that illegitimate child of yours in Canada. Then why did he came back here to create a storm in all of our lives? Mr. Shailesh, Anamika, Niskarsh is also the son of this house. Stop calling him illegitimate. Anamika laughed and said, Why shouldn't I call the illegitimate as illegitimate? He is not my son. My son is Abhiman, and no illegitimate can get the property of his right. You listen to this with open ears. Shailesh ji, yeah, I understood. I had sent him to Canada, farthest away from us. But don't know what happened to Manvi after she went to Canada and both came back here like this. Anamika, what happened? Your so-called illegitimate son has sold his shame, He has had an affair with his own future sister-in-law and married her. And that girl, that cheap girl, I already see something wrong with her. I didn't like her at all for my Abhiman. But this boy was madly behind her. And now look, what condition has she made of my son. I'm saying today, you will get them out of this house. I don't want to see them even near my house and office. Shares are far away. That Niskarsh will not get a coin from the Bedi property. Shailesh ji pacified Anamika and said, You calm down, Anu. I will try to send them back. Here, Sharanya came out of the bathroom wearing a bathrobe after taking a bath. She didn't know what to do today. So she went to the closet and came out wearing a maroon suit. The sleeves of that suit were also till her wrist. She always used to wear full body clothes, and even at this time only Sharanya's back was visible in that suit because the back of that suit was a bit deep. Sharanya wore bangles on her hands and applied sindoor on her forehead. Now Sharanya was feeling a little hungry. She had not eaten anything since last evening. Sharanya looked at her bed, then found that Niskarsh was still sleeping. She was a little surprised because in Canada, Niskarsh used to leave for office by 8 o'clock. But today it was about 9 o'clock and he was still sleeping. Sharanya remembered that Niskarsh's secretary Kevin had told her that Niskarsh's company is currently spread all over the world. Just no one knew that who is the owner of that company. Kevin had told her that the company has 2 offices here in India as well. One here in Mumbai and one in Delhi. And after coming back, Niskarsh was now to take over the same company. But looking at him, it does not seem at all that he is going to office today. Well, he was sleeping peacefully and Sharanya was very hungry. She picked up her floral printed dupatta laying on the side of the bed and threw it over her shoulder and left the room. As soon as she left the room, Niskarsh's phone started ringing. Niskarsh became jittery once again due to sleep disturbance. But seeing Kevin's name on the screen, he picked up the phone. After talking to Kevin for a while, he said, Okay, I'll be there in an hour. And then he disconnected the phone. Looking here and there in the room, he did not see Sharanya anywhere. So he too went towards the washroom to freshen up. Sharanya came downstairs. She didn't know where the kitchen was, but she saw Kanak in the hall. She said, Kanak auntie? When Kanak also saw her, she said, Good morning, madam. Have you woken up? Do you want anything? Sharanya replied to her good morning with a smile and said, Good morning, auntie. Can you tell me which side is the kitchen? Kanak pointed to the right side and said, You go, I'll come just now. Sharanya said while leaving. Okay, auntie. Sharanya went towards the kitchen, but at this time, there was someone else in the kitchen, whom Sharanya did not want to see at all. Abhiman, who had come to get the water bottle, on seeing Sharanya said, Oh, look who's here. Manvi Arora. Oops. Manvi Niskarsh Bedi. So, may I know what are you doing here, Mrs. Bedi? Sharanya said in a broken tone, It's none of your business. Why do you care? Abhiman looked at her angrily and said, I only care about you. How dare you cheat me, Manvi? You think Niskarsh will save you from me? No way. He himself does not know his life itself is in danger. And you? I'll make your life hell. You think you'll double-cross me and comfortably spend your life with that Niskarsh? Manvi, I'll never let you live a happy life so easily. Never. Sharanya said, And you think you'll be able to beat Niskarsh Bedi? You don't even have an idea who are you fighting with. Abhiman gritted his teeth in anger and said, You... Manvi, I'll erase your family's name and trace. I'll destroy you all. Sharanya laughed and said, Do whatever you want. I don't care. And then she opened the fridge and started searching for something to eat. At this time, Sharanya's back was towards Abhiman. And looking at Sharanya's fair back like milk, at this time a shadow of lust appeared in Abhiman's eyes. Just now, Sharanya had extended her hand to take out the bread. That's when someone catch hold of her hand. She tried to turn back but could not turn. It was not the touch she had felt this morning. She was feeling uncomfortable with this touch. She tried to free her hand but failed. Abhiman whispered in her ear, I know, Manvi. After hearing the truth of Niskarsh, you must be very disappointed. You must be regretting your decision. But it is still not too late. Come back to me. I will make you very happy. I'll give you everything which Niskarsh can never give you. Sharanya exerted all her strength and pushed Abhiman back. She said angrily, How dare you touch me? Don't you ever touch me. You're disgusting. Stay away from me. Niskarsh is my husband and I only belong to him. Got it? Then Kanak's voice was heard. Man Baba, are you here? Do you want anything? On seeing Kanak, Abhiman came out of the kitchen and said, No, had come to get the water bottle. And then he left from there. Sharanya was breathing fast because of being angry. Kanak said, Madam, are you okay? Sharanya calmed herself down and said, Yeah, I'm fine. Kanak said, Madam, I'll prepare breakfast for you and Niskarsh Baba. You must be hungry. You both did not have dinner last night as well. Sharanya went out of the kitchen and said, No auntie, I'm not hungry anymore. You make breakfast just for Niskarsh. Kanak. Okay. Sharanya came back towards her room. Coming to the room, she saw that Niskarsh was nowhere. She closed the door and took a deep breath. Whatever happened downstairs was not normal for Sharanya. She was feeling strange. That touch was dirty. From that touch itself, Sharanya was able to understand what are Abhiman's intention. She was not safe in this house. Should she tell Niskarsh about this? Will he take a stand for her? Don't know. She was in a quandary at this moment. Then with a click, the door of the washroom opened and Niskarsh came out. At this moment, in the name of clothes, he had only wrapped a towel around his waist. Sharanya just kept looking at him. The wet hair was coming on his face and his air abs were looking very sexy and attractive at this time. Before Sharanya could forget everything and stare at him, Niskarsh took one look at Sharanya and went to the closet room. Sharanya cursed herself. What was she doing now? What happened to her? What would Niskarsh be thinking about her? Thinking all this, she moved her hand. Then she felt a little pain in the wrist. Immediately, the past just a short while ago became fresh in her heart. Abhiman held her hand very tightly, because of which she was now having pain in her wrist. Sharanya again returned to her thoughts. After a while, Niskarsh came out of the closet room. At this time, he was wearing denim pants with white shirt. He put his blazer on one side of the bed right there and started doing his hair in front of the mirror. Sharanya was just silently watching him. She was not able to decide whether she should tell Niskarsh of what Abhiman did to her or not. Was she thinking too much about this? Maybe Niskarsh take this thing too lightly. She knew that Niskarsh was not going to leave the house and go anywhere. His whole family was there. And her belief was that Niskarsh may be fighting a war with them, but he doesn't hate them. Then why would he leave his home for Sharanya? But this was not the case with Sharanya. Guys, you must be thinking, why is Sharanya thinking so much about this? If she had to take any step against it, then clearly tell Niskarsh. And if not, just keep quiet and ignore like all other girls. Because most of the girls ignore the first action, and here lies our mistake. We ignore the actions of the person in front and the person in front gets the check. and their action increased further. But this was not the case with Sharanya. She was an overthinker, and being an overthinker, one word of the people used to become a whole book for her. Then here, Abhiman had tried to touch her in a wrong way, tried to misbehave. And there was only one person here who was with Sharanya. But according to the experiences of the past days, Niskarsh was not with her even after being with her. That's why she was not able to decide what she should do. Niskarsh had been looking at her in the mirror for a long time. Sharanya was just staring at him continuously. He said while applying perfume, "Why do you just keep staring at me like all the time? Do I look like a devil to you?" Niskarsh's sound was enough to bring Sharanya back to her senses. After listening to him, at first, she said in her mind, "Devil? Nah, you look like the king of devils to me. Niskarsh, Lucifer, Bedi." Then controlling her thoughts, she said to Niskarsh, "I'm not staring at you." While her eyes did not waver from Niskarsh, Niskarsh lifting his blazer, laying next to Sharanya, coming a little closer to her, he said with a devilish smirk on his lips, "Don't, princess. Just don't get attracted towards me. I'm a Lucifer. You're Lucifer. Don't get fallen in love with me. You'll regret, princess." Well, that's it for today's episode. And please let me know in the comments whether you like this episode or not. My heart is burning to give a punch to this Abhiman. And actually, the devil is not Niskarsh but this Abhiman. Well, what do you think? Please let me know. I'm waiting, and also share your thoughts about this episode. And show ढेर सारा प्यार.